to Good Day Chicago. The man sitting to my right, where Lisa just once was, wearing a heart on his t-shirt, Richard Branson's personal friend, and an expert on something a lot of us struggle with, happiness, right? Anil Gupta joining us live this morning. Thanks so much for coming in.
My pleasure.
I love having you in because you have a way of bringing this light to the show and this happiness to everyone around you. Let's start. We've got a lot of topics to get to. Let's start with relationships, okay? You say you have a philosophy on how to save your relationship with one question. What's that question?
Well, basically, what you have to do, you have to serve your partner. If you serve your partner, they will never leave you. So for a man, this is the question you would ask a man. What can I do to make you feel more respected? Men value respect above love, but women value love above respect. So the question I would ask a lady would be, what can I do to make you feel more loved?
That seems like such a basic question, but something that maybe is at the core of a lot of unhappy relationships or relationships that don't work, is that the other person doesn't feel loved or respected.
Yeah. And what happens is this. When you first start dating, you always looking out for the other person.
Right.
You're caring for them, looking after them, serving them. Then you get deeper into the relationship, you take the person for granted, and you stop doing that. That's when the relationships fail.
Okay, let's go to people who aren't perhaps in a relationship, who are looking for that right person, just having no luck. How do you pick the perfect partner?
The number one thing you have to do is you have to change. You have to become stronger emotionally, physically, spiritually, and mentally, so that you can become the person that someone else is attracted to.
A lot of people, upon hearing that answer, I would imagine saying, wait, I'm not supposed to change. I'm good. I don't need to change anything. You're not saying change who you are at your core. You're just saying become maybe a happier person with yourself.
Yeah, happier, more kinder, more gentler, more giving, more respectful, more joyous, more playful. And then your vibrational energy changes, and as your vibrational energy changes, people are attracted to you.
Okay, this next topic is something we spoke about at length last time you were here. Being grateful. This is something I think a lot of people struggle with, only because, look, we all deal with our own things in our everyday lives, right? Whether it's a death in the family or a sick relative or, maybe financial problems. It's tough sometimes when you're in that daily grind to be grateful, to look above that. What's the key to that? How do you stay grateful when you've kind of got all this stuff getting thrown at you?
Well, it's all about prep. You have to build that muscle. So if you practice that muscle and you start today, practice that muscle today, and then when something bad happens or you have an adversity, that muscle is already built, so you can step in and say, yes, I know what to do, let's do it.
Okay, and last question, because we're running out of time. One of your interesting theories here is who you spend time with determines who you become. I heard this quote, and I was reminded of growing up. My mom would say, a quote in Spanish was, tell me who you walk with and I'll tell you who you are. Is that kind of along the same lines? What does it mean?
Well, let's take an example of children. If your children hang around with people who are causing trouble or are mischievous or breaking the law, it's a likelihood that they will do the same.
Yeah.
But if they spend time with people who are studious and athletic, they'll become that way too.
And that carries over into adulthood.
Absolutely.
Perfect. Anil Gupta, thank you so much. I wish we had hours with you on this show. Unfortunately, the show's not long enough. Again, he is the author of Immediate Happiness. Here's the book right here, if we can pull down that video for just a second. Anil, truly great to have you on the show. Thank you so much for coming in.
It's always my pleasure.
All right, time is now 6:51. Let's head over to Mark Strell. He's in the Weather Center with a check on that.